I used to think service meant being impressive, saying the right thing, knowing the answers, being the strong one. But service doesn't show up that way. Sometimes service looks like sponsoring someone who reminds you a little bit too much of yourself. Same fear, same excuses, same chaos. And suddenly it's not about saving them. It's about facing who you used to be and who you still can become. Sometimes service is just showing up to a meeting and opening your mouth when every part of you wants to stay quiet. Because sharing isn't about being profound, it's about being honest, and honesty still scares me. Sometimes service is telling your story out loud, not the polished version, not the one with the perfect ending, but the real one, the one that still hurts, the one where you admit you don't have it all figured out. And sometimes, most times, service is smaller than we want it to be. Making coffee, setting up chairs, cleaning up messes no one thanks you for, doing something that feels invisible. That's the part my ego hates the most. Leading a meeting doesn't make you a leader. Sponsoring someone doesn't make you a hero. Service doesn't make you better than anyone else. Service just reminds you why you're here. Because every time I help someone else stay sober, I stay sober. Every time I show up for someone else, I show up for myself. And every time I think this doesn't matter, that's usually when it matters the most.
Montana Society!
Let's call up the folks in the RV that are making their way out here. And, we've got a bunch of people coming in on flights, but the big chunk is in that RV.
There he is. What's up?
Where you guys been?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's
We're
happening?
RV right now. We just left the second campground actually. So we got Jason right here. And then we got Taylor right here. Oh, that's Eric's dog, Mr. Jansen. Christian's dad. He's driving the RV right now. He's doing really well. And then we got Christian's nephew, Bo, right here. He's just on the phone. Looks like he's playing an game.
Nice.
He's doing really good. I'm just on FaceTime. Christian's actually in the truck behind us, so we won't be able to see him, unfortunately.
Okay.
He's in the truck with David right now and Emmanuel, Christian's son. So, yep, we're just hanging out here. I think Christian wanted to spend a little time with his son today in the truck. So
Good.
We're hanging out here.
All right.
But yeah, everything's going well.
I'll look forward to having you guys here soon.
Awesome. Can't wait to get there.
Everything is right around the corner. The team from Most High Media are just a few hours away. So now Dean and Andrew have to bring Monty, the yellow car, into town for the parade the following day.
Welcome to the parade. Maybe.
That yellow car was... It looks dope, but it's a piece of when you try to get it running, you know?
Cold-blooded. It's only 85 degrees out. I have to wear socks when I drive it, remember. I'm just glad it's not an everyday driver.
Yeah, this would be a hassle to do every day, huh?
Yeah, it's like in traffic in the snow in Chicago. Behind me, you give it a little bit of room so you can react. So we'll stay back about maybe 30 yards. But if I get off the road, come in behind me, get that car all the way up the road. We're down in the pit. This is years later from when we started. Both of the guys that own this are getting old, and Mike and his cousin, but the stuff is still here. and we're still, whenever we need pieces and parts to change something or modify it, we come here. And if it ain't in the bunker, it's here. From one of the previous episodes, the Mad Max here was for sale for $500. We thought about buying it and chopping that hole. And that yellow rope hanging there is where we did Bert in. Bert is getting down to the few last strokes here. And Brandon's cutting some ribs off. Getting a little crazy with the ribs. Try to stay close to the, it doesn't matter. Look at that, ribs. Okay. Now we start up from the neck and make some roasts with this thick meat around the neck. This is stuff you stew for a long time. And that is what, pretty much the loins are pretty much gone. They went with the back. Oh, there's one loin right there. Cut that right here and here. We just stopped off halfway down to do two things. One, let the car cool. I smelled oil. I wanted to check it. It's got a little oil leak, but I just want to make sure that we make it. And the other thing, why we stopped at Mike's, which is about a halfway point on the back road here, is to look at the trailer, because we're going to put together, we need to put the band somewhere. The deck at the house is not big enough to fit 50 people, and some people dancing plus a band. The booze, they call the booze or alcohol spirits for a reason, because it makes you think. Once you start to get enough in you, things are okay. Things are going to be good. They're glorious. They're blah blah blah. Very similar to a fake
placebo.
It's a magic trick. It's a fake god, which is why they call it spirit, and they call the deepest truth anywhere a spirit as well.
Wow.
So, and that is because it changes the human mind, and someone alcoholic like myself, it changes my belief system. And I could think 1 minute I think somebody's me over and they're not, but I'm a victim, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting screwed. Then it gives me the right to be angry and have resentment. Then it gives me the right to drink again, and I can numb out again. So that chain happens subconsciously to people that have an alcohol problem. It's actually an allergy. Once you start drinking, it clicks off. And I never had a choice, but I told you
were right at the edge then if you had begun.
Yeah. Well, which is where I like the kids.
Yeah.
If and most alcoholics, down deep, they're selfish. They don't want to take their own life. 9 out of 10 of their 99% of the thoughts that they have are of themselves. So when they have thoughts of themselves, they don't want to end me. I'm too important. They got egos.
Last night we had the gala, right? And we played The First Step, which is the short film that I wrote, directed, produced, edited, filmed, and starred in, because in Michigan I don't have anybody, right? So I have to do everything myself. And I wrote that when I wanted to kill myself. And I guess it was perfect timing, because that month was script writing class. So instead of doing the generic thing, the easy thing, which would just be make some type of basic thing, I decided to be raw and emotional and just tell the truth in a script. And that changed something in me. Like, I don't know what it was, but even in recovery, I think I was 6 months sober at that point. Even being sober, I still wanted to kill myself. Just because you're sober doesn't mean you're happy. And just because everybody has their own that they're dealing with, and depression, anxiety, and now PTSD have played a huge impact on my life in general. EMDR therapy, recovery. And I just want people to know that if you're dealing with any of that stuff, you're not alone. There is help out there. We can help. You can reach out to us. You can reach out to me personally if you want. And just know you're not alone. Like, there's no good reason to kill yourself.
I used to believe my story was nothing but wreckage. Now I see even broken beams can guide someone else out of the rubble.
What's wrong, Dean?
Oh, just calculating in my head. Yeah, just I think Fred may have had the wrong sizes with the screens. I just pulled in with the, we got the thing that I was thinking about it. I don't know if he measured right when he cut those big screens, and I'm going to pay for a bunch of steel. And anyway, we're about to find out. So it's all. I'm probably overthinking it. Alright. I love it when something comes together, even if it's not absolutely perfect. This piece is, I think this is off an old plow, like a Pharaoh. A harrow, I mean, not a Pharaoh. Pharaoh's in Egypt, man. So then this should go like that. Then I'm just gonna go put one here and there, not bending it much. Whoever thought this giant milk pasteurizer would be getting turned into this thing? But I can't hit on the far side is the temperature gauge. And then, and this one goes down here. I think this might be sitting a little too low. But he had to make those below this hole, though. You see this here? Mm-hmm. So he had to make this screen couldn't come in here. So what I do have is over in the other building, I've got some fire brick. Small ones, so I'm going to put one under each corner, so that gives me the bottom layer, and I can stack two if I want to get it up a little more. How fantastic is that? And we are ready to go. I mean, look at this. I can put 1 foot of meat right here. I can put in a whole foot of meat. So that, if I made a giant burger a foot high and 4 feet across, I could cook it. It'd be huge. That'd be a lot of burger. But anyway, I can fit a lot of meat right in here. It should work out well for feeding a large number of people.
Yeah, the realization that I was gonna be with Dean for a couple of days by myself was a little terrifying at first. I've seen this guy in all the other seasons. I've seen him, get into it with pretty much everybody every year. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen how crazy he is. And I didn't know what to expect. Right? But as soon as I got there, me and Dean just kind of clicked. I mean, it was, I instantly became a bunker boy. Not only was I filming, but I was helping him work. I was helping him on the bunker. I was helping with the moose. I was getting all the rooms prepared for everybody. We went out and we got a grill. We got the centerpiece for a grill. I mean, this grill is like 4 feet wide. It's huge. And we were throwing a party that year. And so, we had to make sure that we had enough food for everybody.
I saw a high energy, creative guy that was smart, but I didn't get a total read on him yet. So I was gonna task him, so to speak, to see if he could drive all the way to Montana without complaining too much, to get it done, to be on time. And then when we got there, it's a unique area, being in the bunker. So he was then gonna have to start filming and do it all in a completely new environment, and then be under pressure to fix the lights, fix the radio, fix the other stuff on the bus, and help me with some other stuff. And what an absolute pleasure. He basically shined. Everything I asked him to do, he did. He was quick, he was creative. And you can tell that he was ready to live a new, different life.
Montana society!
Same place they had all the chickens. Same place they hung Bird up to dry. Bird's the pig, man. We actually had to cut all that stuff out from there. You don't even want to see none of that stuff. But yeah, they ended up killing a pet pig because the owners couldn't take them anymore. They put them good use, you know. It's the stuff they don't want you to see in the American system.